Hi, Loreen.
Hey.
How are you doing?
I am doing great.
Okay.
Wonderful.
I can imagine that if you participate for the second time, you know, you won one time, they've seen you, they know what you can do. You participate for the second time and you feel this love and positivity again. How does that feel?
It's a beautiful feeling. I mean, it's like coming home. It's like having a family and coming home and, you know, connecting. The moment you create something and it connects, because it is a give and take. You give and then you get back and then you give. It's like, and it goes back and forth like that. And when that happens, it's such a healing energy.
Is that the main reason why you participate for the second time, to connect with those millions of people again?
Yeah, that and the main reason why, because I never thought this was my way or this was going to be my life. You know, sometimes you think, you know, but I didn't. And so when I ended up here, I'm like, wow, you know, because my main reason to why I'm doing this is the people, because I said no in the beginning. I'm like, oh, come on, guys. What? I said no. But then when I realized, like, so many people got authentically happy about, like, you know, they were excited because they wanted to see what she's going to create. Oh my God. And so I felt like maybe this could be the purpose to why I do it, because maybe I can create a happiness around people, you know, maybe show off some strength, you know, maybe connect with that. It's a light performance.
Talking about the performance, there's a huge LED screen above you. I was wondering, how heavy is it and how proper is it connected to the ceiling?
It's not properly connected to the ceiling, darling. I'm just kidding. It's very heavy. I think it's 2 tons. That's how heavy it was, in Stockholm. And and it's properly connected to the ceiling. I can assure you it is. I think, I hope.
I can imagine that lying underneath it for the very first time is quite excited.
Yeah, but you know what? There's pros and cons with that. I mean, the good stuff, the good thing about it is that you can't really think about anything else but what you're going to do, which is good for focus. You know, the mind does not like swift away somewhere else and like, what did I have for breakfast yesterday? No, because you have a 2-ton, you know,
thing above your head. Yeah,
yeah, man.
What is the song Tattoo about?
Well, it's a love song. I mean, we have a lot of love songs out there, but I think the core meaning of it is you know, there are certain things you can't come around. Like I believe that love do not exist without the opposite. There's always an opposite, and sometimes there's night and there's day. There wouldn't be a night if there wasn't a day.
Nope.
So there's the law of nature, that you need a little bit of struggle to experience that deep, true, authentic love. It's necessary. So what the song is, when I say I walk through fire and through rain just to get closer to you, it's a symbol of basically saying that you need to struggle a little bit to be able to really feel that. Otherwise, you would just be, you know, on the surface of everything, you know. And with this system and this space that we're living in today, you know, everything is moving so fast and the grass is always greener on the other side. Is it really, my darling? No, it's not. Usually it's not. It's like, oh, it's the same grass. What?
I know what you mean.
So it's a love song. It's a love song speaking about that. Some parts very cryptic, but that's the main storyboard.
On 2/3 of the song, you hear these ethnic strings. Can you remember how it was created, or the purpose it was created for?
Yeah, the purpose it was created for is, again, inclusiveness and also my heritage. Many don't know that I'm a nomad. I'm a Berber from Morocco, and I just wanted to introduce that. And there are details in the performance that highlights it, you know, everything from the tattoos on my hands and the way I dance also, and the way I move my hands. It's just inviting in another culture in this in this performance. I wanted everybody to feel included because it's also a reflection of who I am. So there's the tattoos on my hand and on the screens. There is the sand that, reminds you a little bit of the desert where you're from and where I'm from. And, just to tell even another truth.
Yeah.
It's nice to just reveal things and, maybe somebody will connect and be like, she has something that I have, or I love that part. And the strings was that,
I think.
And it just came naturally. I just knew it.
It's the most beautiful part of the song, in my opinion. It brought me back to the Gladiator movie where he goes back to, I think it's Morocco or something. And that music underneath it is so fantastic. It's a little part of that movie in some way. Yeah.
So funny that you say that because that's one of my favorite soundtracks of all. That's Hans Zimmer.
Yeah, Hans Zimmer. He's so unbelievable. I saw some kind of footage where he explained how he made that with all these ethnic instruments from then, and he's so not from there, but he managed to make it sound from there. It's so fantastic how he made it.
And another beautiful thing you should know about that is that singer. Her name is Lisa Gerard. Do you know her?
No.
I thought she was singing in Hebrew. But it was actually a made-up language. So she doesn't believe in language at all. So she's making it all. She's just making those things up.
Wow.
But it's so beautiful.
Wow. Yeah. So fantastic. I got all tears in my eyes. Just the beauty of it.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Wow. What makes Loreen tracks so special? Is there a special ingredient you add to all of your songs?
Special ingredients. Well, what I can say that there is I would say that a lot of my songs are very cinematic. They have a certain, how do you say that? Dramaturgy, like dramaturgy?
Yeah, no. I know what you mean. It's full of drama. It's a kind of a movie. It's a movie soundtrack.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's almost like a storyboard where you build things, It starts usually in a very small little room, like a very soft space. And then usually my songs, they work up the energy and they get stronger and stronger. And then they come to the peaking point where it's like, whoa.
What I like about this song is that it builds up. And as soon as you think now it's happening, it goes back and it builds up again 3 times. And then at the end, it finally gets what you want 3 minutes long.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. That's beautiful.
Yeah. Love it. Love it.
I think it's necessary. It's also because it's peaking so much. It's so much intense energy. It's like it's so much energy. Then you need to calm down from that and be like, okay, now I have to breathe again. And then you're building it up again. And then the violence playing. And then you like, you fly.
Is there a part in the song which is very difficult for you? A part difficult to sing in combination with dancing, or a certain part where you think, okay, I got to concentrate now. Now it's happening.
Yeah, it's usually when you bend the back, bend the body, because this is the instrument and the lungs need to be intact. So when I'm supposed to hit out, like in the first, I think the first chorus, no, I don't care. That one is always like, because I'm bending my whole body, taking, energies and like, hitting it. And, it's like jumping and singing at the same time.
Impossible. Yeah. Okay. And last question, what would you advise people who have doubts about participating ESF?
I would say, get out of your head and do what makes you happy. And don't think about what other people think about you, because everybody's always gonna have an opinion about you. So
for sure,
do what makes you happy. If you feel like I love to sing, try to keep that energy, walk up on stage, whatever anybody says, like, no, you're not good enough, or you're this or you're that, like, because it's not interesting.
Yeah.
What is interesting is what makes you happy. That's the only thing that is interesting,
Thanks for talking to you, Loreen. I loved it.
Thank you.
Fantastic conversation. I wish you all the luck. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, darling.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
NPO Radio 2.